We are glad that you are here, as you will get to know the information that is at the heart of teacher training courses in all of the renowned universities across the world. The information that follows is based on the theory proposed by this gentleman, Jean Piaget. You can find more information about his life and work following the link shared in the description below. His theory of how children learn has had the most impact on the field of education over the last 60 years. The core ideas of the theory are shared here. The first core element of the theory is that from birth to 12 years, the mind develops gradually in stages just like the physical body. Therefore, a 6-year-old cannot think like an 8-year-old. Let's briefly look at the characteristics of each stage of cognitive development. From birth to 2 years, children learn using their 5 senses of sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch, as well as their body movements. During the second stage, between 2 and 7 years, children still need hands-on active experiences to learn new skills and concepts, but they also have developed the ability to imagine and like role-playing based on their real-life experiences. An important characteristic to note about this stage is that children have not developed their reasoning ability yet, and so they make judgments on the basis of how things look to them. At the beginning of the third stage, after they've turned 7, children are able to think logically about what they see. They can solve problems if presented with concrete objects, but they are still not able to solve abstract problems of mathematics, for example, without using real objects that they can manipulate. Once the fourth stage is reached at 12 years, children are able to think as rationally as adults. They can relate to others' problems and global issues without having gone through similar experiences themselves. They can also solve problems mentally. Another core idea of Piaget's theory is that learning is like constructing a building. Real-life experiences are the building blocks, and each experience provides the basis for understanding the future experiences better. For example, if a child has an opportunity to see this waterfall in real life, he or she would have a better understanding of waterfalls than a child who's just been told about them. So the implications of Piaget's theory are that in learning new skills or information, children are limited by their current stage of cognitive development, and the nature and extent of their prior experiences impact their ability to understand the new information. So how do we help a child learn something? First, we need to use methods that match the child's current stage of intellectual development. For example, a child under 12 needs concrete materials to understand new concepts. To facilitate learning, it is useful to help the child make the connection between what he or she knows already and what is to be learned next. And if no reasonable connection is possible between the new and the old information, then offer hands-on real-life experiences related to the new information to facilitate child's understanding. Another strategy is to identify the child's interests and present the new information within this context. It provides meaning and makes understanding easier for the child. And if a child does not have any particular interests, offer them choices of materials and experiences to develop their interests and preferences. Another strategy is to understand the child's natural strengths and help him or her utilize them to learn new information. For example, if a child is good at physical activities, the new concepts that have to be learned can be embedded into such activities. All of the strategies mentioned personalize the learning process for a child, which helps promote their critical thinking, creativity, problem solving, and communication skills. These strategies are equally useful when working with children who have additional needs. Piaget himself summed up his philosophy of how children learn in this quote: "When you teach a child something, you take away forever his chance of discovering it for himself." So the best way a child can learn is when a parent or a teacher is the facilitator of the child's personal learning journey and are not just trying to teach them what they know.